Today, we're diving into a concept that's not just some small update to our classrooms. Nope, this is a complete redesign of how we're all going to learn, work, and innovate for decades to come. It's called Education 5.0, and you can think of it as the blueprint for the next great industrial revolution. So, let's just kick things off with a pretty big question, right? Are our schools actually preparing students for the future? A future we can barely even imagine? Or are they still stuck preparing them for a world that, well, doesn't really exist anymore? This is the core challenge that Education 5.0 is trying to solve. To really get where we're going, we first have to look back. Because education has never existed in a bubble. It's always been a mirror, reflecting the technology and the needs of industry at that time. And this parallel journey is absolutely fascinating when you lay it out. When Industry 1.0 introduced steam power, Education 1.0 responded with rote memorization for factory work. Simple as that. Then Industry 2.0 brought us the assembly line, and schools created standardized mass education to match. More recently, with the digital age of Industry 4.0, we saw the rise of online connected classrooms. You see the pattern? Every single time industry takes a leap, education has to leap right along with it. And that brings us right to this moment. We're now stepping into the fifth industrial revolution, but this one feels different. It's not just about building smarter machines, it's about putting the human being right back in the center of the entire equation. The whole shift is from smart tech to what you might call human tech. Education 4.0 was all about big data and the Internet of Things. Education 5.0, on the other hand, is focused on human-robot collaboration, on sustainability, and on embedding ethics right into the tools we create from the get-go. So this new way of thinking really stands on three main pillars. First up is human-machine collaboration, where tech takes care of the routine stuff, which frees us humans up for creative problem-solving. Second is social-emotional learning, or SEL, which builds those essential skills like empathy and resilience. And third is personalization, using technology to build a unique learning path for every single student. Now, this isn't just some abstract theory. To see how it's actually being rolled out as a national strategy, we can look at India. The country is basically using Education 5.0 as a launchpad for its entire future. The heart of all this is India's National Education Policy from 2020. And its main goal is so simple but so powerful: to shift the entire education system away from just memorizing facts, what to think, to a system that teaches critical thinking or how to think. A huge piece of this is a multidisciplinary approach that just smashes the old barriers between science and the arts. Imagine a student studying physics while also learning Kathak, a classical Indian dance. That kind of flexibility is designed to create a really innovative workforce that can solve complex problems, and it's all in service of the nation's big goal, to become a developed economy by the year 2047. Of course, technology, especially artificial intelligence, is a massive part of this change, but its role might not be what you think. It's really not about replacing teachers, not at all. It's about empowering them. So AI basically becomes the teacher's ultimate teammate in three key ways. First, it enables adaptive learning, spotting when a student is struggling and giving them personalized help right away. Second, it gives teachers administrative relief, automating stuff like grading so they can spend more time on one-on-one mentoring. And third, it boosts inclusivity, with tools like speech-to-text and real-time translation for students with different needs. Okay, so what is all of this for? What's the end game here? Well, it's about preparing students for a world of work that is being totally and completely reinvented as we speak. Just think about this for a second. We are actively preparing students for jobs that don't even exist yet. That means we can't just teach them skills for today's job market. We have to teach them how to learn, how to adapt, and how to keep doing that for their entire lives. So what does this future actually look like? Well, the careers coming out of Industry 5.0 are just wild. We're talking about jobs like AI ethicist to make sure algorithms are fair, or human-machine interaction designer to make working with robots seamless, sustainability managers, virtual world architects, even digital wellness coaches. These are the exact kinds of roles Education 5.0 is built to prepare students for. But in this incredible future of advanced tech and constant change, what's the single most critical element? It's the one thing that can never, ever be automated: the human teacher. The role of the teacher is going through this massive transformation.
They're moving away from being the sage on the stage, the person at the front of the room who has all the knowledge. Instead, they're becoming the guide by the side, a mentor who sparks curiosity, encourages tough questions, and helps students find their own way on their learning journey.
It's like this. Technology is the engine, but the teacher is the compass. The tech gives us the power, the speed, and the data to move forward faster than ever. But it's the teacher who provides the direction, the purpose, and the ethical guidance to make sure we're heading the right way.
And that brings us to a final, really important thought. As machines start to handle more and more of the heavy analytical lifting, our most valuable skills become the ones that are uniquely human: empathy, creativity, and critical thinking. So the ultimate question that Education 5.0 asks us is this: in a world full of algorithms, what does it truly mean to be human?